Welcome back to City of Heroes. I'm gonna pick another spot. Let's do this another way. Long range teleporter. You are gonna help me decide where we're going. Mm-hmm. 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 No. Should I go to Independent Sport? I haven't really done Independent Sport before. Yeah, let's go look for packages in Independent Sport. Last time we talked about fanaticism in games. This time, talk about something different. That's definitely not what I'm grabbing. This time, I gotta kind of count where I'm going with this. Um, I do think there are some things that need to be said about the film, video game, book industry, and whatnot. Because a lot of great stuff is coming out, and put a spotlight on creators that don't normally get spotlights. Like, I had to talk books today because I'm reading bookshops in Bone Dust, and I'm like, you know what? My old bookseller vibe is coming through. I think people need to have it's not gonna be packages around this. We'll go north. Um, I got a lot behind me that I've been reading. I read this year Tusk Love from Critical Role, which I think started as a gag, and it's not a gag. It's actually a really good book. It's saucy. I will say that. I don't really go in for we're gonna have these steamy romance scenes. Oh boy, it's got steamy romance scenes. It's actually pretty funny and pretty cute. And good lord, just gonna find big packages around here. What the heck? I think uh, Critical Role. Again, I have good lord. You had to take a grain of salt where Critical Role and I are concerned, and I can't say why, but yeah, they deserve a lot of praise, and they are as nice as they seem on paper. Joke intended. Not about them being nice. They are very nice people. They are geeks and nerds just like the rest of us. So they don't lie when they say we're just a bunch of nerds playing Dungeons and Dragons. They are. Nerdy voice actors. They are. Get this. It's one package. Fall, dude. There we go. No, 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 no. They also have a book of short stories that pertains to Vox Machina, which came out, which is also pretty darn good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This year, I also found Matt Dinniman, who created Dungeon Crawler Carl series, and that's on book 7 of 9 now. And I encourage everybody to read that, especially if you like isekai. It is a freaking oh man, when you discover his companion, his companion is just one of the best companions I've ever read about in books. I highly encourage going to read that. Again, Legends and Lattes, Bookshops and Bone Dust, Brigands and Bread Knives. Those 3 books. I can't speak enough of Travis Baldry. You should go read that. I read Red Sonja by Gail Simone. Oh, man. She wrote the comic for Red Sonja for a while, and there's a collected omnibus of it, and it shows that she knows the character. The book shows that she knows the character, and her run on X-Men has been fantastic. I cannot sing her praises more. Gail Simone is one of the best comic book writers out there. Always has been. Whether she's working for DC or Marvel, she always puts her all into everything she writes. She gives the characters meanings. Yeah, yeah. I read the Jessica Jones novel. Oh, look, Luska's up. I'm not fighting Luska. You want to see a giant monster? Here you go. I'm gonna avoid. There's Luska. Hi, how you doing? I'm not fighting you. Need a giant monster. I won't find many packages there. This is one of those zones that I never go because the packages are so spread out. I don't know where the bridge is, but I definitely want to check out the bridge because the bridge is going to have stuff. Man. Trying to think of what else is behind me. I can actually turn and look. Oh, man. Well, a lot of the books I moved to the back side, which is kind of... I think it's great that Dragonlance Chronicles, their collected volume 40th anniversary edition came out. Oh my god. Rereading that and knowing that there's a TV show coming out, I will say this. I don't want them to screw this up. I really don't. Because Dragonlance, I've been a fan of Dragonlance for decades, which scares me. Tasselhoff, Barefoot, Sturm Brightblade. Sturm Brightblade is one of my favorite characters in fiction. I'm not too big a fan of Tannis. I really am not. Tannis Half Elven is kind of. If you'd given us some context to his parents, I'd be more sympathetic. But he's not a bad character. He's your quintessential good guy, and he's paper cut. He feels like a paper cut good guy, and they try to frame everything around him, but you wind up falling in love with different characters, like Tasselhoff, Barefoot, and Flint, and Carmen, and Raceland. You wind up, and Goldmoon. There's just so much in Riverwind. There's so much that you, man. Why don't people pick up their freaking trash on these? But he's, I think, 40 years, man. He's one of the reasons I got frustrated with fantasy fiction, is because, hey, here's yet another character that could be cool if they had the balls to make him just an elf. But no, I had a feeling because elves don't generally grow beards and whatnot, they wanted to just go with another way. I get it. He's supposed to be the character that readers can relate to. But for me, he wound up being yet another, he's half human. We have to throw the human condition into a main character. Why? That's why with my stuff, I was like going, nope. Most of my characters not going to be human. I don't care. Deal with it. It's just... And I tell you right what you know. I know I don't like writing about the human condition, so not going to be dealing with humans. Not that humans aren't a part of my world. They are. But I love Dragonlance. It's set up like Star Wars. Each book is self-contained, and there's time jumps between. It's something, if you haven't read it, now's the time, because the show is coming. I believe it's going to Amazon or Netflix, one of the two. gotcha. It's a 6. I might end this one with this, because, man, this zone is huge. I'll get it to 9. There's 6. Right. Okay, let me look. 125, 7, 8. Oh. Let's grab 4 more. I'll do 4 more. Trying to think of anything else I might have read this year. I Medusa. Definitely. And book and coffee shop in an alternate universe. Shout out to yet another LGBTQ novel. I found myself gravitating because I am neurodivergent. I am non-binary. 2 stories with LGBTQ. Because I'm trying to write what I know. What I do know is I've always been different, and I've figured out what it was late rather than early. Shout out to Cameron, who is my old sales manager at Borders. He's the one that's didn't hit on me or anything like that, but he made me start questioning things about myself, and I credit him with me finally coming to terms with, hey, yeah, no, I am neurodivergent. I am non-binary. My brain is not. I've never been muy macho type guy. I am not. My brain doesn't think like a guy. And that's because I was born without a pituitary gland, so that probably has a lot to do with how I perceive the world. And I was able to finally sit down and wrestle with, am I this, am I that? And I came across with, my brain is more feminine than it is male. Which is kind of nice. And when you have that revelation, it's not I see therapy. I see a therapist because I'm bipolar, not because I'm. That same therapist also helped me solidify. Hey, yeah, I am non-binary. They helped me define myself, and I've been better for it because being bipolar, fighting back against the constant swing of emotions that's going through me has helped. And finding books that reflect that stuff has always been great. And I think it's fantastic. I think that's one of the reasons I fell in love with Terry Pratchett in the first place, is because of that. Yeah, let's get it to 32. 32, yeah. 132. Because I'm finding packages now, so I'm confident. Hi, guys. Nice. 2 more. Oh, I'm in the south end. So many crates. There's badge over here too. I already did a video for that. So yeah, now is the time to go out and read. I've mentioned my books of the year, and they're not necessarily publication date this year, but they are stuff that I urge everyone to go out and read. The more you read, the more you understand, believe it or not, how different everybody is, and how you should be focusing on differences and how to work together than the garbage that certain orange Cheeto throws down your throat all the time, and his followers and his cult. Yeah. One more. One more. Let's see, do I get any snow people? Yep, snow. Hi, guys. You want to read comic books? There's a bunch out there now that you can read. There's a lot of good stuff. Highly encourage you to read Secret Wars because the new one's coming out. The movie's coming out after Doomsday. I think that's going to be it for me for today. And that being said, I will see you guys in the near future. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Boom.